What you need to know about required minimum distributions, RMDs. Hey, have you ever heard of RMDs? Probably not if you're under 30. But here's the thing. One day, you will. What if I told you that understanding required minimum distributions could be the key to securing a wealthy, stress-free future? Stick with me, because today, we're diving deep into RMDs and why they might be one of the most important things you learn about your financial future. Especially if you want to avoid some serious headaches down the road. This isn't some boring financial talk. This is about your future. And trust me, you'll want to know this. 1. The setup. Why RMDs matter. All right, let's start at the beginning. Required minimum distributions, RMDs, sound like a complicated, boring topic, right? But they actually affect you in ways you might not realize. And yes, they'll definitely affect your money, even in your 20s. You're probably thinking, I'm young. Why should I care about taxes or retirement withdrawals now? Well, here's the catch. You can't avoid them forever. So, what exactly are RMDs? They're a way the government forces you to start withdrawing money from your retirement accounts once you hit a certain age, typically 73, or earlier if you turned 72 before January 1st, 2023. Now, this withdrawal isn't optional, no skipping out on it. And yes, there's a tax bill waiting for you when you do. But here's the kicker. If you don't take your RMD, the IRS will hit you with a 50% penalty. That's right, half of what you were supposed to withdraw. So, not only are you losing money, you're also going to have to pay taxes on it too. That should definitely get your attention, right? But wait, before you panic. With a grin. We'll get into how to avoid this mess later. 2. The conflict. What happens if you don't prepare? Let's talk about the consequences for a second. If you don't start preparing for RMDs now, your future self might be in for a world of hurt. Think about it like this. If you don't plan your withdrawals properly, you could suddenly find yourself in a higher tax bracket than you expected. That could mean you're paying more in taxes than you should, or even worse. It could mess with your financial goals down the line. You know, like those dreams of living in a mansion on the beach, or taking that dream vacation every year. RMDs could get in the way of that. And I know you might be thinking, but I'll just let the financial advisor worry about that, right? It's your money, your future. You need to take ownership of your RMD strategy, or it could lead to some very uncomfortable surprises. If you're not prepared for your RMDs, you'll also risk losing out on the flexibility of controlling your retirement funds. Remember, the IRS has the final say in when and how you withdraw, not you. Will you let that happen to you, or will you take control now? But hold on, I know you're probably thinking, okay, but how can I actually plan for these things? Great question. Stay tuned, because we'll break it all down in the next section. 3. The resolution. How to prepare for RMDs. All right, now for the good part. How to make sure RMDs don't ruin your future. Here are the strategies that can help you navigate the world of required minimum distributions like a pro. Start contributing to tax-advantaged accounts. Early, this is where it all starts. By contributing to tax-deferred accounts like your 401k or traditional IRA early on, you're setting yourself up for success. It's simple. The earlier you start, the more money you'll have working for you. But here's the thing. These accounts require RMDs once you hit that magic age. Consider Roth accounts. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but what about Roth IRAs? Can I avoid RMDs there? And the answer is yes. Sort of. You won't have to take RMDs from your Roth IRA while you're alive. So if you want to minimize your RMD headaches, Starting a Roth could be a brilliant strategy. Plus, all those gains, they grow tax-free. Not bad, huh? Plan your withdrawals. The key here is planning. Don't wait until you're 72 or 73 to start thinking about your RMDs. A lot of people do, and they get hit with that huge tax bill and penalty because they didn't prepare. I'm not saying you have to go full-on financial wizard here, but at least start thinking about your future RMDs. Start saving, start investing, and make sure that your tax strategy aligns with your long-term goals. You want to be in the driver's seat, not just hoping for the best. I'm about to share a strategy that could help you avoid paying unnecessary taxes on your RMDs. But you have to stick around until the end. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. 4. The Epiphany, Unlocking the Wealth-Building Strategy. All right, here's the game-changing move that can protect your wealth. Ready for it? You can strategically convert your traditional accounts into Roth IRAs before you reach that dreaded RMD age. If you do this early enough, you could minimize your taxable income once the time comes to start taking RMDs. You're essentially swapping future taxes for more control. Of course, this strategy isn't for everyone, so you'll need to consult with a financial advisor to make sure it fits your specific situation. But if you play your cards right, you could set yourself up for tax-free growth for years to come. And that's what being wealthy is all about. Smart decisions today, so you can live without regrets tomorrow. So, let's recap. RMDs may sound like a far-off problem, but trust me, the earlier you start planning for them, the more you can avoid penalties, tax hikes, and missed opportunities. If you want to make wise financial decisions, it's time to take action now. Start saving, start strategizing, and most importantly, start learning. Don't let RMDs be the thing that drains your wealth when you're older. Get ahead of the game. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more tips on how to live that wealthy lifestyle, stress-free. And hey, drop your questions in the comments. What's your biggest financial concern right now? Let's talk about it. Remember, financial freedom isn't a dream. It's a decision. See you in the next video.